What do you mean, am I his dad?
Dad, pop in and say hi.
What? Those
From
are
a
the
distance.
comments that you've always been watching?
Yeah,
Man, you can't see those things.
I know. It's hard to see.
Man.
Yeah, it's hard to see, guys. The comments are hard to see, but we do our best.
It's okay. We're gonna watch.
We've got a ton of news for you today. Do you want to start, or
Well, first
How
off,
do you wanna
Bud is
I'll
hanging
start.
out. Bud is hanging out with us today, which I'm so glad. We're gonna start off with the scripture before you
All right,
start
go
off with
ahead.
your story. So Bud's with us, hanging out with us this weekend. Chris's parents is hanging out with us this weekend. You guys, we're just having a really amazing time talking about what's going on in the world right now. But I want to read a scripture. Mr. Al, you always send me the most amazing scriptures. You guys, check this out. Never gloat when your enemy meets disaster, and don't be quick to rejoice if he falls. For the Lord, who sees your heart, will be displeased with you and will pity your foe. So there you go.
You know how hard that is?
That's very hard.
Very hard.
But Proverbs is amazing. If you live by Proverbs,
Yeah.
it's pretty good. All right.
I mean, whoa.
So
she's pointing at him?
Yeah, she's pointing at me.
I'm pointing at him. All right.
No, Bud is not my dad. My dad is actually here. He's behind the camera over
Hey,
there.
Dad, come
Man,
back.
what do you mean, am I his dad?
Dad, pop in and say hi.
What?
He's actually my granddad.
Oh,
Come on,
man.
Dad, pop in and say hi.
Hey there.
Ah,
So we're having a
there's
big.
his dad.
We got-
Do I look old enough to be his dad?
We got all kind of stuff going on this weekend.
Thank you for that.
Can I tell my story?
Yes.
Oh, I'm on my way down here today, everybody. Coming in this morning to come see my buddy here, the financial prepper, and I'm traveling down and through Oklahoma, doing 94 miles an hour because that's all that my governor will do on my truck, believe it or not. And I got stopped by a highway patrolman. Well, this old fella comes up, this highway patrolman come up, he over on the passenger side window over here, and he looks at me and he says, well, you know why I stopped you? And I was like, well, hell, if you don't know why you stopped me, I don't know why. I ain't going to tell you no idea why you stopped me. And so he laughed about that type of thing. And so he goes, you got your license and registration? I said, sure. And before I handed it to him, I said, now look now, before I give you any kind of money, you know, I like to know the people I'm giving money to. And he kind of looked at me like I was an oddball or something. And so he just crossed his arms and put up on my windowsill over there.
Oh,
He goes,
really?
yeah. And he goes, well, where are you going? I said, well, I'm heading down to Louisiana to see my buddy because we're YouTubers and we have some other business to do and everything. He goes, YouTubers about what? I said, well, I do side hustles and my buddy talks about financial prepping. So
And welding.
And welding, yeah. I didn't say that, sorry, but I talked about financials. And he was like, really? He goes, I'm a big side hustle guy. And so come to find out, after 15 minutes spinning with the highway patrolman on the side of the road, the guy's 33 years old. He has a wife, 2 kids, 40 acres. He has a 20 cow-calf red Angus and black Angus herd. He owns 2 rental houses, and he paid off his house, his mortgage, last year.
Whoa.
And
That's huge.
he paid off 1 rental house mortgage. He only has a mortgage left on 1 rental house. And he also just bought a 2024 Chevy diesel 3/4 ton truck like mine. And
he's gonna ride it off.
He paid 75% down on it, financing the other 25%. Says he plans on paying that off in 6 months.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
then
cool.
over the next 3 years to pay off his rental. Guy's 33 years old, a highway patrolman, and
That is-
man, he's got his head on straight. And so I gave him my card. I told him about you. He's going to go and check out our channels. He said, I'll probably subscribe because I love side hustles. And he gave me a warning doing 94 miles an hour. That's the best part of it. So I was like, so, hey, as old Chris says up there at, not Galatian Farms, Grounded Beef.
Ground a bit.
Get to know a farmer. Hey, get to know your highway patrolman whenever he stops you.
Well, I want to jump in here real quick.
It sounds like he's living beyond his below his means.
Below his means.
So go ahead.
Well, this applies. I got to get close to the mic because my
'Cause you
voice
don't talk
does
loud.
not carry because I hear so good. If I wear earplugs, I'll be screaming. This applies for everybody. Side hustles are for everybody. It is so important to get something going that you're good at. You can start writing your life off in all kinds of ways. And state troopers don't make that much.
No.
The reason people do those kind of jobs is for the retirement,
Yep.
for that kind of thing. But
Just like I'm a firefighter.
Sure.
I'm just doing it for the retirement.
I was a welder. I didn't, but you know, I could have went through life just being a welder, but I decided to invest in assets that pay me to own them and start businesses. And Bud has a whole channel on starting side hustles, and they are awesome.
I do. And they are awesome.
I'm legit. I'm not joking you. He would not be sitting here if he didn't have something to offer. I would not have him on the channel.
Well, we have a little side hustle going on tomorrow.
Yes, we do.
He'll
That's
may
amazing.
let you know about how that turns out here down the road.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
It's going to make a lot of money.
But let's get on to some news, and what do you want to talk about next?
How much do state troopers make, Jay?
I don't know.
wanna
But
know.
let me just tell you.
What is good money is what I want to say.
I would probably say 55 to 65.
Depends on the
Probably
area.
somewhere
And 75, I think some of them. It depends on
When
the
I
rank.
say this, I'm not talking down to anybody. If you're not making over 100,000, you're too close to the poverty level. Get a side hustle. That's what it's going to take to do well in the Thunderdome. You're going to have some extra money, some more money. 78,000.
Yeah, Jake's and Custom Parts is
All right.
78,000 in
So,
Texas. That's in
pretty good.
Texas.
Just on the side note of that, guys, even if you make that kind of money, that's only half of the equation. You got to know how to take care of your taxes.
Yep, you do.
And not pay the taxes on that type of stuff. Keep as much money in your pocket that you can.
If you want to save money on your taxes, go watch his tax video.
Yeah,
It
go
is
watch my
amazing. Amazing. I've been nothing but screwed by tax people. And now I understand. I'm starting to get it. We're going to go over some of that this
yeah,
weekend.
this weekend.
And so it's not about how much money you make. It's about how much you can keep and then deploy into other assets that pay you. That's what the wealthy do. See, everybody thinks they just work for a living and save. No, you work and you invest in assets and they pay you. They pay for your toys. They pay for everything. Your assets that keep spitting out money. It's really cool, and I want everybody on the channel to experience that one day, whether it be rental properties or whatever.
Yeah. Hey, if you guys could see us on the video there, you notice how much bigger I am than Chris? You know, he said he stopped working out, and his grandpa, as some of you thought, is a little bit bigger.
Well, that's really eating on him. I have lost a little weight. I'll get into that at the end of the video.
Just real quick, Lacey said she really, really likes your tax videos. She just commented.
Who?
But Lacey just on the comments real quick. But
Okay.
let's get into some of the news right now, and then I want to get
Yeah.
into our sponsor and different
Yeah.
things like that.
We've
So,
been joking and smoking.
let's talk about what's going on with. There's a lot of stuff, you guys, right now, and I'm gonna bring it down just a little, not so much funny. I'm gonna bring it down to kind of realistic world. There's a lot of stuff that's going on in our world right now, and Bud and I were just actually talking about it while Chris was getting ready to do this video. There is a lot of stuff that's happening in our world right now, and it can be kind of daunting. And so we want to bring solutions. We want to say, hey, you guys, this is what's happening. So let's start off right now with the diesel. We'll talk about what's going on with the oil. Saudi Arabia, Russia. They're trying to sell. They have said we're cutting back production. They're raising the prices. It's over $100 a barrel. Diesel's going up. It's going to affect the production costs, which is good if you own oil, like you were talking about, Bud.
I was talking about.
But
I'm all excited that it's
But
going up.
it's going to affect the production, and it's going to affect the products in which you pay at the store. Let's talk about that.
Well, it's hard to get excited about diesel going up because that means everything goes up.
Yep.
Diesel is the lifeblood of the economy. When diesel goes up, all of our goods and services go up. So it's not a great thing. Now, if you've been dabbling in oil stocks and diesel stocks, you're
I'm
ahead
happy
of most.
for it to go up.
Right.
Right. But it's going to hurt the economy as a whole as diesel prices get into the stratosphere, because I think oil prices are going to go like to the moon. I think $100 a barrel is going to be a deal in the Thunderdome, and I've been saying that for a while.
I think 120 will be a deal.
Right. And there's no telling. I mean, we could be seeing some really nutty prices if we're going to go green, and they're going to do everything they can to make us go that way. Stomp their. It's like a 3-year-old kid throwing a temper tantrum. We're going to go green no matter what. Well, there's going to be a hefty price to pay, and the economy's hanging on by a thread. I mean, we're coming over the curve. Now we've got higher prices with all of our goods and services and the diesel that supplies them. So keep
Can
that
I
in mind.
throw my 2 cents
Yeah.
on this? All right, so I follow the oil gas industry quite a bit. I used to be in that industry a lot. So you have out in the Midland, Odessa, Texas area, the Permian Basin and everything. It is still going strong. And in fact, that is what they produce almost 80% of all of our oil and gas for America right now. And of course, Joe Borgen has decreased our reserves down to almost zero, but they're still trying to go strong out there. And that is because of all the increase in the production and everything. It's actually building up the price of oil and all that because one of our main things is we have to get our national reserves back up at least out of the red.
Yep.
Because if anything happens with all this crap that's going on with overseas, can I say the U word?
No, just say
Okay.
overseas.
Overseas, if I could say overseas and other stuff that's going on over there, then we do not have the whole military, our whole oil reserves right now is built to supply and support our military industrial complex. And right now we're at negative.
Yep.
And so if anything happens, we're kind of screwed, ladies and gentlemen. So it may be a good thing, it may be a bad thing. It depends on which side of the seat you're sitting at right now. But that's something that you need to watch. And you can take advantage of it from a stock advantage like I have, and you can make money on it. And so that's my thoughts.
All right. Want to go to the next hot topic?
Let's go to the next topic. Just remember, energy in general, all energy, including food as energy, all that is going to go up. The fertilizer that it takes to produce to feed the masses is going to go up even higher. So we even got a story to tell about our pantry. We have got a debacle going on in our
We
pantry.
do.
I've been spreading bad information. I'm gonna have to come clean.
Well,
Towards the end of the video.
we talk about prepping all the time because we do. Everything we tell you guys that we do it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and this one didn't work. Let's actually talk about it now.
Okay, we'll talk about it now, but I do want to tell you my failures.
We
And I
do.
thought I'd figured a hack out
did.
that didn't turn out.
No, did not. We tried.
So I've been saying for a long time, and what we've been doing and practicing is taking our stuff we buy, rice, oatmeal, stuff we eat anyway, right? Just stuff that you eat. We put it in a vacuum seal bag. We suck the air out of it till it's hard as a brick. And then we stick it in the pantry and we eat off the front. And so far it has been perfect.
Yep.
The bag we eat off the front is just as good as the one on the back. So this was going on, right?